Alright, everybody, hello and welcome back to Watching Walford, week 23 of 2023, as is episode 23. Today's video is going to go through all the episodes going from the 5th of June to the 8th. And just to make it short and snappy, the topics that we're going to be covering today are Lola's memory box. You know, they opened it a bit ahead of schedule. We get some messages and some lovely little like things after death, you know. Next, Sharon buying Keanu the arches and all of the Reese veiled antics that went through. All lovely, all incredible. Suki gets attacked at the end of episode 3. Nobody knows what to think. And, well, is she gonna recover? And the final topic is George Knight dodgy? Guess you'll have to wait and see. How's it going, Piggy?
I'm pretty good, and I'm not like calling anyone stupid. But for the people who are like, "Oh, will Suki survive this?" Yes, you idiot. She was literally seen in the post-credit. She was seen in the post-credit scene of Christmas. She will fucking be there. Like, we obviously know that her and Eve are not going to escape. Like, if you think, oh, he's going to escape, if she was going to escape, no, I might be wrong. I will gladly drink my piss if I'm wrong. But I think she is. Now, obviously, we've seen with Marvel movies, they introduce a character and then realize we don't actually want this character in this film, so we'll retcon it and just say it didn't happen. And if you think it happened, shut up and move on. But I think EastEnders are going to keep her in it till at least Christmas. I don't think she's leaving.
Oh yeah, she's not. Let's be honest, she's not leaving at all. If out of everybody who's going to leave, Nish has the most chance of leaving, and Eve probably has a big chance of leaving because soaps do love to kill off the gays, don't they? Just like Jaw. Just in case you're an absolute fucking moron. She's not dying. Oh, God.
Do you know what they do? They do a fucking Jean, or not Jean. Her name's Jane, isn't it? Aim's first wife?
Cindy.
They do a fucking Cindy, Beale. We're killing you off, but we're reviving you at Christmas. Like like Walt Disney, who's chronologically frozen in time.
Exactly.
Although I know I'm again sidetracked. But question: if that does work, and like you freeze yourself, and in 1,000 years you come out in like the 30th century, would you like it if you could be frozen in time until the 30th century, until the year 30,000?
I'll be honest, with my worldview, I don't think the planet's getting that far. So,
but hypothetically speaking,
I doubt it because I'm pretty resistant to change, and I only just learned how this world works. I don't want to get used to a new one. I'd probably just be like, freeze me again. I don't care.
I'd fucking take me back to the Keanu days. What's the Keanu?
Put me back, lads. Put me back.
Do you imagine they invent time travel by like when we're dead?
Oh Jesus!
Like we're going back to 1940s Germany and like it's gonna end badly.
Do you reckon you'd like the 30th century where you're frozen?
Well, they all live underwater according to that song. So I can't swim. My granddad couldn't swim, obviously. That's how he died.
I can swim. I'm just not very good at swimming.
But I don't know, because I understand people are going to go, well, the world's already scary. We have all these pronouns and gay people and lesbians and blacks have rights. Are you like, yeah, well, what's wrong with that? And they're like, it's wrong. So for someone like a racist granddad, he would find this world confusing. So we would basically be the racist granddad in the 30th century, because we would have no idea the lingo. We would have no idea we'd have no idea like what happened in the past. We'd have no idea that Donald Trump was assassinated in a McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be so confused. Like, so how did they kill off Phil Mitchell? Simple. They killed him off screen. They what? Yeah, they killed him off screen. Why are you so upset about it? What happened to Reese? Reese, he came out as gay and was ran over straight away. What? It'd be so confusing for us. Like, because people in 100 years will look back at the year, the century,
Yes.
of the 2000s, basically, the 21st century, basically.
Yeah.
And just go what a mental time it was. Because we even look back 100 years back to the 19th century, like the 1900s, and we go, wow, they had
They had it rough.
And then like from 100 years now, people will look back at us and go, they had it rough.
Yeah.
All their Tic Tacs and their UTs and their Twitters and Instagrams, and you're like, yeah. And then from 100 years onwards, they look back at them, and it's just a revolving door.
Mate, honestly,
Cool.
and then get me out of this reality, mate.
Yeah, and then in 100 years' time, like there will still be people objecting to trans rights, Black Lives Matter, gay rights. Like, it's just going to be mental. There will eventually come a time in space. There will come a time where like everyone will have rights, and then people will look back at the time where they didn't have rights and be like, what a bunch of wankers. And then we'll all be dead as ghosts, being like, yeah, we were a bunch of wankers, weren't we?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's basically my thought. Like, it's just a revolving door. 100 years from now, we won't know the lingo of that century. They'll look at us and go, what does Slay King mean? What's a vibe? Like, don't forget when you look at it, in 100 years' time, like, they're talking about the classics of, like, fucking Doja Cat. What the fuck's the guy's name that you love? What he did the Raw theme.
Which one?
He did the one that you love, Papa Roach. They look back and go, yeah, the classics. Papa Roach, Doja Cat, Justin Bieber, all the classics. Modern day music sucks.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking reality, isn't it? But regardless, about to fucking...
People in 2121, like, listening to Papa Roach is what's gonna break me.
About to fucking send me into a relapse or something. Not even an addict. I'm getting there.
Just imagining someone like in 2021, like in 21, just going, oh yeah, Oasis, great band. Did they ever reunite? Short answer, no. Long answer, no. And you're like, oh, should have reunited. And then Ash will be somewhere in space being like,
fucking shit.
Glad you didn't reunite because you were fucking shite.
Yeah. Alright, come on.
$5
Get off your hypothetical horse. Hours the fucking week.
Oh, the week was great. Of course, we're recording this on a Thursday because, for people who don't know, follow us on Twitch. We are doing Love Island Monday to Friday. Now, people are going to go, but it's on 7 days a week. We basically are skipping Saturday and Sunday, basically because it will take a lot out of us. We are basically taking 2 days off, watching 2 episodes on Monday, and then that's just going to be it. Every Monday we'll be watching 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And recording the podcast on a Thursday. So we have to pretend like Friday has already happened, even though it hasn't. And there will be days where we will have to record on a Friday, because there will be episodes of EastEnders that will be too built up, where they won't release it early on BBC iPlayer, because I have to watch it on BBC iPlayer in order to actually make this podcast a reality on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah, my week's been good. I'm all right on Love Island so far. Like, we're only about 3 episodes in, and we already have our favorite. We have the Reese of Love Island. It's Mehdi.
Yeah. For people who don't know who Mehdi is, Mehdi's like this, like, French, like, he's got the accent. It's not like a sexy French accent. He sounds like a bit of an idiot, but I love him. I
Then
personally think it's shaping up quite well, though. I'm starting to get into it as of this point. Starting to ramp up. We're no longer like exchanging handshakes and how are you. Now we're saying, what do you like feet?
No, I can't wait for like 2 weeks' time where we look back on this and we're like, yeah, we're old, we're hurt, and we're fucking tired.
Yeah, I
Get me
mean,
over this.
we are still streaming 5 days a week, so if you do want to go see that, go over to the Twitch channel at Watching Walford.
Don't follow our Twitter, because our Twitter is very problematic, apparently. I don't know why, but our Twitter is kind of in the middle of right wing and left wing. So on one side we have, yes, slay
I say this
queen,
the
trans
Twitter
rights.
feed, not
Yeah,
us.
the Twitter feed is basically, on one side you have people going, yes, slay trans people, let's go, and then the other side's like, yeah, let's slay trans people, let's literally fucking murder them.
In a video game in Minecraft.
How are we in the middle?
I don't know. It's just I follow the
we
people
don't-
who appeared when I searched EastEnders, and now we just get all the mad bastards.
Yeah, because we somehow like are in the middle talking about fucking Ballum, and then on the other side we have people screaming abortion rights. The other side screaming it's what Jesus wants. Don't get an abortion.
Yeah,
We're just stuck in the middle.
it is kind of
listening to
cursed.
both sides.
It's why I immediately stopped live tweeting, because I went, fuck this.
I got,
And-
for people who want to know, Ash does the Twitter. I just do the DMs. So if someone follows us and asks us a question, it'll be likely me responding. But if someone just doing a tweet, it'll be Ash.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really good at tweeting. Like shout out to Talking Walford. I got the. We're not doing a collab or anything, not yet at least. I got started with Talking Walford because Ash was kind of like, just leave it, please. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in head first, shove my head right up the ass,
Fucking drop kick that bastard.
and I fucking just kicked the door down. I
Exactly.
kicked the forbidden door down, and I just DM'd him. And Ash was like, please don't ruin our friendship. He loves me, and I love him. And then, so I basically just messaged him and he responded. It's a bit rude to call me Piggy, but yeah, that was it. So there will be a collab either in the year 2023 or 2026. So
but A,
it's
but
all-
B.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what it could be. It could be anything. We three of us could do a video on OnlyFans.
Exactly.
Show Talking Walford. Who do you like on OnlyFans? Big fan of Phil Mitchell on his OnlyFans. And like, oh no. But yeah, so yeah, that's our Twitter. Our Instagram is not as cursed because there's just a bunch of EastEnders. So yeah, my week's been pretty good. We watched the soap awards. Reese was robbed. Daniel Harold was robbed multiple times and then won one award, but she was robbed.
Well, she did get best leading actress, so probably the best one
She
to
should've
win.
won.
And EastEnders
Should've got
obviously
the-
won the soap awards as well, so congratulations. Obviously, I was pulling for Coronation Street and Hollyoaks because for some reason EastEnders is now my third favourite soap. It's getting back up there. It is actually getting really, really good right now. But still, I just kind of subconsciously biased against it.
Sorry, I was just chewing on a biscuit. So yeah, we are streaming 5 days a week. Hopefully we'll be affiliate by the end we're finished. Probably not. But if you want two idiots talking about Love Island and to hear my granddad nearly shitting himself literally on the bog and get hit by a bulldozer and follow us on Twitch.
Fucking hell.
I
What a story that was.
I need to somehow get you to clip that story, and I need to somehow send it to an editor. So we need to get that story on YouTube of my granddad sitting on the bog and a bulldozer coming flying in through the Jack's window.
Oh god. Yeah, I'll have to find that clip at some point. It's just great, isn't it? It's
I have
ridiculous.
to find an animator for that.
Like
You-
but something's got to be made about that at some point. But I suppose, regardless.
That's gonna be an emote. It's just the bulldozer, and it's just a man sitting on the bog. The bulldozer comes in. fuck. Sorry to sidetrack it again, but I just love like the different family dynamics because my dad goes, "Oh, it was very sad, wasn't it? It was very sad that it happened to him." And I'm just like, "It's fucking funny how he's just on the jacks and then it comes flying in." So that's not a way to think about it. I'm like, yeah, but just imagine you're shitting, you're just taking your dump, and then a fucking chick comes flying through your window. But yeah, how's your week been?
Yeah, it's been decent, honestly. It's been strange being so active. Just like content-wise, because fundamentally, I've been pretty like chilled out. All right, I'm just highlighting that one. So there we are. All right, yeah, I've been pretty relaxed. So it's been a bit of an adjustment being live on Twitch like each fucking day. And like some days are less fun than others. In like just normally, so then having to try turn that into actually, all right, let's have some fun whilst watching some Love Island. It's been alright. It's been quite fun. Like I said, it's getting pretty good. So if you don't want to go see it, obviously go over to @Watching Walford. Obviously, unsurprisingly, nobody took the name, so it's ours on every platform. So go ahead and follow us over there. But regardless, let's actually get into the show, and let's get into our first little story, that being Lola's gift opening. So, obviously, Lola's death has, I'm not saying it's been completely overshadowed by literally everything else, but there has been a very small part of the last 2 weeks of EastEnders that have actually been focused on Lola's death. And it's mostly just been Jay and Ben kind of struggling, but getting there, like, somewhat. But also kind of actually highlighting Lexi and the actress actually doing quite a good job of just being pretty fucking stunted. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I just want to go to bed. It hurts, you know. How have you found the brief snippets that we've gotten of the aftermath of Lola's death so far?
It's very weird because they're still trying to push how it's so sad on the square, but literally everyone has moved on except for them. Well, like, you know what I mean? They haven't moved on, but they've quite literally just went, "Yep, that happened. Next topic, please. How do you spell penis?"
Yeah, it's like nobody else really cares, except for the very close family who are actually affected by it.
It is how real deaths happen. You know, you have your family who care, and then you have the others like, shut up crying. Anna just fell down the stairs and died. Will you shut up and drink your pint?
You also do have those family members who appear at the time, and then like after the funeral's done, you should never see them again. They're just gone. Don't know about you, but that always happens. Like, oh yeah, we'll always be here to support you if you need anything. We're at the end of the phone. It's after the funeral. Hello? Cut. Sorry, signals back.
How my family's kind of split into two because we have the Kildare family and then we have the Wexford family. So basically, we don't interact with the Wexford family. I don't even interact with the Kildare family. And then, like, you try and ring the Wexford family. It's like, hello, you there? Who the fuck are you? I'm from Watching Walford. You might know me. I'm successful. You bitch.
69 subscribers.
So yeah, I do like how they're showing the aftermath, but I think they're relying too much on Lola, in my opinion. I understand it's not supposed to come across like that, but to me it's like Lola this, Lola that, Lola.
Okay.
I'm not saying they should all get up and move on, but not every sentence has to be about Lola.
I mean, they are struggling. But I suppose, and let's lead this into what actually happened in the episode. Ben and Jay kind of like, they talk a bit and they realise that, alright, we're both struggling a fair amount. We should probably actually do something to try like raise Lexi's spirits. and they go, listen, right, Lola made you this like memory box to open. We were supposed to do it after the funeral, but we haven't. So, and Lola calls them out for it on the video. I noted some of the gifts down. Billy gets a small Olympic torch, which was quite a nice touch. Did enjoy that one. I don't remember what Kim got, but it was with the line of like somehow Kim could even stylize like a cancer patient or whatever, something funny like that.
I think it was a ball.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Probably like what she wore as like her little like head wraps. And Ben and Jay got matching unicorns, to essentially saying, listen, right, you both have one, and they're both your responsibility. It's your time to work together to, like, you guys are responsible for Lexi, so please work together.
That'd be funny if Ben was like, yeah, hold on a second. What are you doing, Ben, with your phone? Don't worry. Click. Oh, took a photograph. What are you doing? Nothing. Good teddy bear, rarely used. £7 on eBay, straight away. So
I've got debts. Oh god, imagine that.
You fucking just text. He just goes
cheers
back
for
in
the
a minute,
gift,
lad.
but fuck off.
Back in a minute, lads. Where are you going? The local charity shop.
Yeah, and I suppose one thing I just wanted to... Obviously, this is a bit more of a brief story because it's only really one segment, but I will just say the actress of Lexi does a pretty good job at being a kid and you've just been told that your parents dead. Like, I don't know about you, but I definitely know the feeling of just being like, I was like 12. I was just like, well, I don't want to do anything. I just want to cry. Let me sleep. Let me just slowly work through this, lads.
And then all your family's like, yeah, but you have to do counselling. You've got to touch your inner dad. You've got to let go of the past. You've got to do counselling. You've got to grieve that. You got to talk to someone. You got to just let me eat chocolate cake.
Nah, to be fair, we're too poor for counselling. If anybody's getting counselling in this family, it's more people who need it more than me.
Yeah, well, they probably would be like that. That's how most families are.
You know.
You need to talk to someone about the death. You need to reach in and grab it by the bollocks. You've got to feel the death. And you're like, can you leave me alone?
Just
lads?
let me exist, lads. I'm not feeling anything right now. Just fuck off.
But Ash, you're not touching your inner demon.
Exactly.
Come on, and you're like, just leave me alone, lads.
Yeah.
Here's the door. Shut it and fuck off.
Pretty much, yeah. And obviously, I'm still waiting to see, because I obviously built up I'm not saying we did that video just for content, but the who's Jay's mystery friend? It's not happened yet, and I don't feel like it'll happen for like a good month or so. But I'm really fucking excited to see who he pairs up with, you know? Because it's not going to be Ben. Ben's going to fuck up some way. He's going to lose Jay's trust, and then Jay's going to be reminded of the fact that Ben wasn't there for Lola's death and left Lexi alone. He's going to fuck up because of his own issues. So I want to see who Jay's mystery friend's going to be.
It's me.
But yeah, that's just a small little segment just to keep Lola alive for a little bit longer. But now time to go for one of the more comic relief aspects of this week. That being Sharon buying Keanu the arches and employing Reese as a... What the fuck's the thing called?
The arches.
I mean, the what's his job? Accountant. He's doing the books.
Accountant.
He's doing the books. So for the context, Ben is desperate to sell the archers so he can spend more time with Lexi, and because he racked up a lot of debt trying to support Jay and Lola. Lexi doesn't really want to spend much time with Ben and is just like, just let me fucking grieve, man. Jesus. But obviously this kind of lends to Ben's eating disorder, and we've been seeing some signs of it, you know. He's always throwing up in the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. It's slowly happening. And who is the buyer, you ask? Well, it's Sharon. And Sharon's buying it to give Keanu his own business and a legit way to make money. But he feels inadequate and wants to provide for both him and Sharon and Albie. But she decides, alright, you're fucking dumb at maths. I'm hiring Reese. I suppose one thing that's interesting about the Archers is that it's pretty much... It always somehow goes back to Phil. Like, it usually gets sold for like a year, and then Phil's like, oh, I want it back. So, like, it's just... It's kind of a... It's a pretty cool thing to have the tailors actually own something of its, like... Actually own a business. Own, like, a proper, genuine money maker. Rather than just, like, working for other people. Like, because hopefully this means we get more scenes. Probably Finley could probably work at the garage if he wanted to. I'm sure we could get some dumb Felix scenes where he doesn't really want to get involved at all. You know, Mitch probably could do something. You know, hopefully we get a bit more tailors actually working hard and making their own money.
Yeah.
I suppose just continue this. Phil is constantly trying to mess with this as he just wants the Archers back, and this leads to a probably my favorite scene of the week, as it leads into a dinner scene later on. But before this, he interrupts them as they're about to shag in the Archers. They're just like, they're having some weird foreplay where they're talking dirty, but like, oh, teach me a lesson, miss. And then Sharon's like, hello, son. And it's like, oh, Jesus.
Hello,
and then
son.
Reese is just like, hey, hello. I think the door's stuck. And invites them to dinner. Oh.
Are we gonna talk about the Phil scene where Reese raises a glass and then Phil raises a glass and then Reese raises a glass back and he's like, I think he's saying hello to me, and Sharon's like, no.
I think also, yeah. Like I'll show the picture on screen because it's glorious where Phil's raising the orange juice. There was also the one thing that buckled me is that Reese and Sharon and Keanu were arguing. And they're like, yeah, what do you think, Reese? And then Reese is like, I don't know what to say, so I'm going to say nothing at all.
Again, how they write Reese is amazing. Because it definitely feels like me or you if we were in that situation. Does that make sense?
It's absurd. It's so awkward.
Like I'm not saying he's autistic, but...
There's a chance.
You might need to get diagnosed, Reese.
Does have a lot of social issues. Oh, but Christ. And then let's go on to this even further. During the dinner scene, Keanu mentions like, "Oh, I thought you would have known about Tina." Then Reese is like, "Tina?" As in, like, yeah, and Son is like, yeah, my girlfriend. And Reese is like, "Oh, as in like girlfriend." And then Reese goes on a little rant saying how he talks about how, you know, the second Dave takes a step on Todger Avenue, he's forever known as Gay Dave. But when a woman double dips at Lesbian Avenue, it's like a gap year. And this obviously upsets Sonia because it is biphobic.
Yeah, it is funny. It is funny when it comes from Reese.
But fucking Gay Dave at Todger Avenue.
Choo choo.
And then a woman double dipping at Lesby Avenue. Oh god, scene of the week. Go and seek this scene out. It's good. It's proper EastEnders comedy.
Because for people who don't know, this scene is so awkward as well. Because you have Keanu trying to change the subject. Like, have you seen the game this week, Reese? And he's like, hold on here, love. Hold your fucking horse, love. So when Gay Day takes a trip there, Todgy Town, and he's known as Gay Day. So hold your fucking horse here, love. He goes proper Irish with it, like.
just
It's
like, hold on. I've got something to
hold on,
say.
love. He's definitely that granddad. He is definitely that granddad. Where you're like, granddad, I'm bisexual. So when you double dip.
It's glorious stuff, isn't it? But I suppose carry on. One thing I do love, and it makes me feel happy to know that Reese is definitely a long-term character, is obviously now him and Keanu are going to be mates. Because Keanu gives him advice on like how to apologize, and like this is how they're going to be mates. They're just going to talk about life. And it's just ridiculous. Keanu giving Reese fucking advice. And then we also got some of the most uncomfortable mother-daughter sexy talk I've heard in my life, from Sharon to Keanu. Let me find my old geometry set and show you my acute angle. Yeah. Guys. Please.
Now, if Reese had said that to Sonia, oh.
Yeah, but it's Sharon and Keanu. They look like mother and daughter. She's just bought her son a new business, and he's upset because he doesn't think he doesn't think that she thinks he's capable. Like, stop making them shag. Can we just act like they don't shag? Can we just not have them pumping like rabbits? You're 50 years old, Sharon. Fucking grow up. Stop dating a man 30 years your fucking junior and acting like he's gonna become a provider. He's a fucking melt. You ask him in for a tuna sandwich, he's gonna slap an entire fish between two bits of bread.
Can I
You
just say,
fucking shite bag.
can I just say, I know that will never happen. I know it will never happen. That's just too topical. But I'd love if Keanu went to Reese. So Reese, your thoughts on 9/11? And Reese was like, well, actually, I think George Bush did. Because if you look at the facts, that would buckle me if he was a massive conspiracy theorist.
I could imagine it for the character, but I suppose just to wrap this segment up a little bit. I personally am quite excited for all of the comedy that's going to come out of Reese and Keanu's friendship, and I love that because obviously Reese doesn't really affect anyone on the square. He affects Sonia and, by proxy, like Rocky and Kathy and maybe Martin at a stretch. But now if he's like settling down and he's going to make some new friends, now he's actually like, he's here to stay. So excited for the future of Reese and Keanu. It'll be a great partnership.
What is their ship name? Rihanna?
Sure.
Keith? Okay, did you see that the official EastEnders even refer to Sharon and Keanu as Shianu? Even they know it.
Oh yeah, they stop.
Why acknowledge the ship?
Well, you just... Why not, innit? It's these ship names become some of the most popular bits out of the fucking characters. By Suki and Eve.
Yeah, but
and like
they're not doing it for reason. They're not doing that for Reese and Sonia.
Yeah, but they're not fucking gay.
Yeah, but they're doing it for Shianu. They're straight.
Yeah, well, yeah, but nobody really likes Keanu that much, let's be honest.
They do. You have not seen the Twitter stands. It's like fucking D-Day. If you mention anything about the stands, it's like fucking D-Day. You're in a mind land, like you're on the beaches of Normandy, and you've just been stormed on. Like they don't take no shit. Like you, it's like you are on the wrong side, not the Allied side of World War II, and you fucked up. They are coming straight for your ass, and they're not leaving anything behind. These stands are fucking vicious, and I'm not making this up. It's literally like you were on the beaches of Normandy, like, and you said, that you think that Eve and Suki don't work as a couple, you will be shot at. You're not even shot at. You will literally be hung and whipped at the same time, and shot at the same time.
Alright,
Hung, whipped, and shot.
alright.
They will
We
fucking.
get it. We get it,
will
big
take.
man. We get it.
They will take you. And like, I'm not
We
being
don't need
sarcastic.
more analogies.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It annoys me.
The point's gotten across.
Yeah, I don't like being on the beaches of Normandy. I get scared and anxious.
And speaking of scared and anxious, coming into our next storyline, as Suki gets attacked, she falls down some stairs, and we kind of want to figure out what actually happened. So, this week was supposed to be the week Suki and Eve were gonna leave and never come back. Nish starts planning a job to get some like clean, easy cash, but somebody from the inside tipped off that there was a tip-off, and so he starts shouting like, which one of you was it, huh? He starts to confront Vinny and is about to hit him until Suki stops him and finally tells him that she stopped loving him and never has.
I love this because she's like, I don't love you. I fucking hate you. Well, I know she doesn't say it like that, but she's basically like a teenager shouting at their mom like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I want you to jump off a cliff and die. I want you to eat raw eggs raw. Like, I just love you, mom.
Eat raw eggs raw.
She's like that to Nish, and Nish is like that dad who's like, but you do love me. You always love me. You just don't love me now, son. And you're like, you've pissed on my pet ant and then shat on my pet goldfish. Like, I don't love you, Dad. And your dad's like, but come on, son. It was only a bit of crack. And you're like, you've also threw the dog through a window and then pinned on Granddad. But son, I was only messing. I fucking despise you. But son, I was only big puppy here. Your big homie. Like, Dad, I don't mean this lightly.
And
but I fuck off and that's basically Nish.
To continue this, imagine if they turned around and said, you are my wife and you will love me. You are mine and you always will be. Fuck.
Yeah, imagine.
It wasn't gonna be easy leaving. You know he's a fucking narcissist psychopath.
Imagine being in that. Imagine like your mom did the most despicable thing to you, or your mom is very transphobic, and it's like, you will always be my son, and you will forever be my son. You will never be a woman. I know there's gonna be people in the comments going, based. Absolutely based take. Based. But like, it's basically your mom, like your transphobic mom, like giving out to their daughter, their former son, like basically, it's essentially that. Where Nish is like, you will always love me. You will love no one else. I don't know why it's Donald Trump in this scenario. You will love me. You will love no one else. It will only be me. You will build the greatest wall ever.
That's one of the most garbage Trump impression I've heard in my life.
It will be a massive wall.
What is that?
It will be a huge wall. It will be a huge wall. It will be a huge wall.
Fucking
it will be a massive
hell.
wall.
Well, let's not digress any further. It's a pretty fucking harrowing. Oh god, it's a pretty harrowing thing to hear. You are my wife, and you will love me. You are mine, and you always will be. You wouldn't want to fucking hear that. And by the end of the episode, Suki ends up at the bottom of the stairs with Nish standing over her. Did he push her, or did she fall?
She fell. I love if she did a Darby Allin down the stairs and like did a coffin drop, or for people who don't know, it's basically a back body drop. It's back body drop, isn't it? Basically where you jump back, how can I describe this? You jump while your back is the front view, basically. You don't see the front version of you see the back version of you. It's basically that. It's just an easy maneuver to do. Literally, you can do it off your couch, onto the floor. You basically just wrap your arms together, fold them across your chest, and then jump back. That's what I basically think Suki did.
I imagine it's like a reverse cannonball.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't think Nish pushed her. I don't know if she just fell, but I also know that from what we can tell, it is the perfect crime, you know. It's the perfect, it's my word versus yours of this. You have a history of violence, and you know you can get fucking implicated and sent inside.
I don't know why, but again, I know I ran on a rant earlier, but it's like the people who believe that they're actually going to kill off Suki before Christmas. You're fucking stupid if you think that.
Well,
I don't want you as a fan.
All right, let's not get too into this.
I don't love you if you think Suki is not making it to Christmas, because she will.
She's only got broken ribs.
Exactly. But can I just say she did the typical soap fall? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, when someone falls on the soap, they kind of land one leg forward, one leg back, one arm across, one arm like to the side.
Oh yeah. It's like mangled as well. It's mangled but very clean in the way it looks.
Yeah, like I thought there'd be blood pouring out of her head, like something like that. Or is blood too aggressive to show on a free watershed?
There'll always be like a little puddle, but otherwise it's like I suppose. And just to give out the final bits, Ravi appeared and Suki told Ravi to hide the suitcase, which he did. But it also kind of goes at the end of the scenes. He's just kind of like, what was the suitcase for? And she says, it's just going to take Nish on a holiday. He doesn't buy it whatsoever. So it'll be interesting to see which angle Ravi takes. Because he just won Villain of the Year, but will he be on Suki's side? Don't know. It's hard to tell at this point. Any thoughts?
No thoughts. It would be funny if they did kill off Nish before Christmas, and like the person to die at Christmas. Oh, that's cute too. The person to die at Christmas is like fucking George Knight.
Yeah. I suppose, and just to fill in any of the other context, Eve, meanwhile, is saying goodbyes to Stacy in the pub. They have a big wholesome talk, and it's like, you were the sister I never had. Well, she did have a sister, but she's dead. But at that point, she doesn't know that Suki's in hospital. She then rushes up to try and find her, comforts Vinny, and then when Nish appears, she is convinced that Nish pushed her. And like I said, Suki genuinely believes, or at least said, that she doesn't believe that Nish pushed her. But as I said before, it's probably the perfect crime to get Nish sent down. Like, just... It feels... Anybody who knows Nish wouldn't be surprised to believe that he beats his wife.
Now, I'm not saying I hope it goes down that route, but if you really... I don't wish domestic violence against anyone. Yeah, I know there's going to be one person in the comment going, "Baked, Peggy. Absolutely baked. W tag. W. W's all around, chat." But like, I think it would be perfect to show Nish being very domestic to his wife, because then you want him killed even more.
Yeah.
You build it up, and then I understand. I don't want anything bad to happen to Jean, but it would be. And this might be going too far. But,
oh God.
But basically.
Oh God.
When he finds out when Eve is the one that Suki is sleeping with, I'd love if they kidnapped Jean and just held her hostage. Just what? Sausage surprise, will you? Just smack her with a sausage.
Why would she kidnap Jean?
Because she's old. Stacy, you can't really take down. She's in her 30s. Jean has bad knees. Harvey's too round. Harvey's too round. Like, are you gonna fucking belly-to-belly suplex him? Mate probably weighs like a fridge.
well, I don't know. I don't have anything interesting to say to that, so I'll just say it's still.
You could kidnap Lily's child.
Oh God.
Piggy.
I don't. Common Piggy W.
No, I do my Donald Trump again. Absolutely based. W Piggy.
Oh fucking hell. The key point out of this to really take is Nish actually gonna make it to Christmas? Because the only way I can see him making it to Christmas is if he like gets in prison for like 3 months and then comes out and decides, fuck all of you. You know, just like starts wreaking havoc at all of the women. Because, you know, what if everybody corroborates the story? What if they all say, yeah, Nish has been violent to Suki. We've all seen it. We've all seen the way he treats her. And what if they all just decide, fuck you, Nish. Not Nish. Yeah, Nish. Fuck you, Nish. So...
See, the best thing is he technically has abused her. Now, this is a very dodgy subject. Because people can go, well, anyone can make up a lie. But he has verbally abused her. Not mentally abused her, basically.
I mean, if you would call it, you would probably call what Nish does to Suki as coercive control, where he slowly just takes away more of her independence, and like only allows her to do the things that he wants her to do. I've thrown a fucking bottle and I've broken it. Clean it up. It's like, well, you know, just slowly stripping her of her individuality. But yeah, the main thing is it's going to be amazing to see if Nish actually makes it to Christmas still on the square. But I think I do think Nish, even Suki might genuinely take this time to try and get him locked up. Or at least Eve will like barrel in and decide that this is the time, you know.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this, or should we move on to the final topic?
It'd be very interesting to see where they take Nish, because I obviously, again, I don't support domestic violence, but I absolutely would love if he's not going to jail, he fervently starts attacking her more, saying, another man can't love you. Like keep hinting that another man, penis, man, bollocks, man. A man will never love you. And then like that reveal at Christmas, like when he's on the floor about to die. I never loved a man. I always loved a woman. And then he dies. So
yeah.
I just want that to build up to Christmas where you get that very cringy. I never loved a man. Whoa! I never loved a man. I never liked penis. I loved vagina. Whoa! I don't know why she turned into like a very weird Ric Flair.
This is the most wrestling EastEnders episode I've heard in my life. I mean, it's kind of similar audiences. Yeah, I think it's the main issue I see with Nish is I don't see Nish being on the square without Suki there with him. So at that point, it starts to create that bit of a struggle where he doesn't feel like he can ever be a long-term character because he's so spiky and so jagged that anyone else who even gets vaguely involved is usually like under fire. So, and also I guess Vinny starts to realise that maybe Nish isn't the dad I thought he was, you know. Like he's violent, he's probably capable of this. So, yeah. It's hard to see Nish staying around on the square. But another person, which some people may say is hard to see staying around on the square, is obviously George Knight. And this week is all of Linda's fears and just anxieties surrounding him are manifesting as she's trying to do literally anything to get rid of him. So yeah, as we said, Linda is trying to desperately get any dirt on George Knight as she can, and it's just going to manifest over the week. But what were you saying, Piggy?
I absolutely love when was it Anna or the blonde one?
Anna, yeah.
Where she was basically like, you don't love me, you don't love my sister, you don't love George, you don't love my dad. You don't love Tyson, and then it's like, I love Tyson.
Yeah, it was a good line.
I honestly, because I thought since the dog is black, like black and brown, I thought he was named after Mike Tyson. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
Mike
was expecting to be Mike Tyson rather than Tyson Fury. I'll be honest.
Because like, no offense to Mike Tyson, if you're watching this, come knock me out, daddy. But like Mike Tyson, like if he was a dog, he'd be a chihuahua.
Yeah, that's probably how it would be.
If Tyson Fury was an animal, he'd be a fucking horse
Yeah.
or a donkey.
You're fucking Great Dane. Absolute prick shithouse.
He'd be a pug.
Be a pug when he's on the beak, snorting all the coke. But yeah, all right. Before we derail too much, let's just turn to some ways she tries to get some dirt on George. She eavesdrops and constantly tries to pick holes in his arguments. And like I said, throughout the entire week, she's like, I want to know what's in that fucking safe, George. And we also get to see how the family, like, reacts. We learn that George isn't the most, like, emotional with his daughters and doesn't really like to talk about their mum, Rose. And he also spooks Linda by saying he doesn't expect the pub to be sold in a week, but then at the end of Tuesday's episode says, I'm not going anywhere. But this week also it's revealed that Janine has had mixed child and it's a boy. So the family tries to support her by doing their tradition. Pancakes after bad news. They nearly truce. Honestly, mate, pancakes after bad news sounds fucking fantastic.
See, this is where we differ. Don't want pancakes after bad news.
Why not?
Give me a lasagna.
Yeah, but pancakes feels like more of an occasion than a lasagna.
Yeah, but I prefer lasagna over pancakes. Like, or give me a lasagna pancake.
Oh yeah.
Or what are them things called? Give me what are they called? A chocolata. I'll take one of them.
I don't even know what that is.
It's French. Bonjour.
All right. Let's just fuck it. Kind of cool to see that Janine's had like having a boy. That'll be kind of fun to see what happens with. I would love to see the story where Mick, like, because obviously Mick's coming back at some point, and I want to see him be a father to Janine's kid, because as much as he probably despises Janine in story, he ain't despising his own child. So it would be cool to see. Yeah, that is if you can remember him. It would be cool to see them like reconnect, because Mick's coming back at some point, and I do get excited at the possibilities.
I'm dreading the day he comes back.
It will be a couple years yet. Say around like 2025, 2026.
He's coming back tomorrow.
And George finally shows Linda what's in his safe, and it's letters from Rose, his ex-wife, and he reveals that she just disappeared out of the blue. No warning, like just no warning really. She finally believes him, and he says the past is important, but I don't want it ruining my future. Mate, Rose is Cindy Beale, come on. She definitely is.
What was if it's not Cindy Beale?
They better write something good. People have been suggesting that the time that she decided to leave was actually around what, like 2014, 2015, when Lucy died.
Mm-hmm.
Which would probably take you out of your like hiding. You go, oh shit, this is actually real now. Like maybe I need to sort this out. I strongly believe that it's Cindy Beale. But honestly, the actor's fantastic, and I like the family, so I'm sure they could write something else if it isn't Cindy Beale. It'll just be slightly disappointing.
Don't mean to burst your bubble, but from what I heard is the scenes they're filming with Cindy Beale are going to take place in bonjour, signor. It's going to take place in France. So Unless she's gonna somehow Skype them and be like, "Hey guys, I'm not dead.
Well,
you can't get rid of me
it
yet."
just makes the most sense that if she's going to come back, she needs to, like, affect a lot of people. And George has always been saying, I hope essentially, I hope a ghost doesn't suddenly appear and, like, spook everything, or I hope my past doesn't ruin my future. Like, if Elaine is the future and Rose is the past, I can easily see Rose coming back in some form, And yeah, and if it's not, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But so far, the theory's looking pretty good. I'll say that much.
So what you're imagining is on June 22nd. So when is June 22nd? Hold on.
A couple of weeks, probably like 3 weeks.
2 weeks from in 14 days.
Yeah.
So you're saying on June 22nd, the Duff's going to be Cindy Beale along with Ian Beale walking into the Vic and her saying, "Hello, husband," and Ian looking confused.
I mean, not quite that far. I could just imagine like a big shock where, she's back with Ian, big homecoming. Let's go to the Vic to celebrate. Oh, fuck.
All right.
And then I'm sure she'll have some line like, George, seems like you've seen a ghost. Duff. And then I could imagine it happening. I don't know if it'll happen this month. That was obviously some like Twitter people saying that maybe it'll happen this month. I honestly couldn't tell you when it's going to happen, but I strongly believe if it comes out that it isn't actually proper, I'm going to look like an absolute prick. But fuck it. Ride or die, motherfuckers. I don't need to be correct. I'm just a regular EastEnders watcher with a podcast. And in the final scene of the week, George Knight holds up his always rose, like I assume wedding ring, whilst very upset and almost guilty, and says sorry. All I wrote was, that's fucking ominous. Like, that implies that he had something to do with the going missing. So, yeah, it was, I honestly didn't know what to think of the, what am I trying to say? I didn't know what to think about the final scene of the week. Do you have any thoughts, Biggie, or is it as strange to me as it was to you?
I don't believe it's Cindy Beale personally.
Oh.
I think it's going to be a brand new character.
Okay.
Because personally, I don't think the EastEnders writer would want a connection between Cindy and George. Now,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But yeah, I can see it being a new character, like what's her name with Rocky?
What, like Joe?
Yeah, like Joe, where she comes in, she finds out where George is, and so you sort of the pub without me, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, like, so you sold it without me, and you're not giving me any money. Who's this slag? Because they can't say slug, so they have to say slag.
Exactly.
And then basically George has to choose between Rose or Elaine, and obviously he's going to choose Elaine because you're not going to just bring in a character and be like, "Fuck you." 2 weeks later, you're leaving.
Yeah.
Well, they could, but again, highly unlikely. The only time I can see that happening is with a dog. Like, the dog got really sick in between filming and just died. But I just don't see it. I see it being a new character who comes in for about 3 or 4 episodes, and then just leave.
No, that's interesting. I like it. It's fun to have that. It's fun to have that disagreement of what we think. I think it's cool. It'll be funny to see if it happens. You can just call me a fucking idiot, and it'll be tremendous.
I know people are gonna go, but Piggy, you're basically just copying the Rocky storyline. I can just see her being like, "So George, you moved on without me, huh? You didn't think I was the real deal? What the fuck are you doing then? What the fuck are you doing? We had sex. You left. How I see it is, she's like, okay, so you moved on, you choose Helene over me, signed the divorce papers, and then obviously the kid who loves Rose is going to be like, Dad, why are you choosing this?
Both of them
bitch?
really do love Rose.
Yeah, well, one of them loves her more, so they're obviously going to be like, why did you choose this old bitch over Rose? They're going to say something snarky to Helene, and then basically that's going to cause a rift. But Linda will be like, look, your mom never loved you. She thought you were a mistake. Move on, you little bitch. And then Tyson will be on her foot. And that's what I think will happen. I just don't see it being Cindy. It could be Cindy. It probably is Cindy. But I think it's too obvious. Like, I think they already know that it's too... right, how can I say this? If it wasn't leaked that Cindy was coming back, I could totally see it being a surprise. Maybe it was supposed to be a surprise that it is Cindy being. But if it isn't, well, she's out in France, so.
Yeah, I suppose someone also said that their mum disappeared 9 years ago. 9 years ago, Lucy died. But yeah, honestly, I suppose the one other slightly outlandish theory I like throughout there is that obviously in this week George mentioned that he has a son, and he mentions that, oh yeah, I don't see him much anymore, and then my brain went, fuck it, George's son's dead on Christmas, isn't he? Because he's gonna be like a little chancer and he's gonna try fuck with people and just get his own, like, get his, and then just fuck over anybody who wants. But nobody really knows. I don't really know. So, yeah. Who do you think, A, Rose is, and B, who dies at Christmas? We're still yet to know. They say it's going to ramp up around September time. You'd fucking hope so. But regardless, let's get into the aftermath of the show, our final thoughts, and the awards section. Final thoughts, Piggy. How did you find this week of EastEnders?
It was an alright week. It wasn't that strong of a week. Because, to me, the only thing that makes it strong is Reese. Obviously, people who know me, I have a crush on two people in life. Julia Hart and Reese, aka Johnny Freeman. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
People who don't know Julia Hart, lovely woman. Probably also have a crush on a trans woman, but that's different.
Fucking hell.
I was saying, yeah. Basically, it was an alright week. I wouldn't call it the best week, but they are dropping a lot of hints. I do see where you're going, where you think they will arrest Nish. But I can see him doing that fucking thing to do in the shops. You think you can arrest me, big man? I'm bigger than the law. And then he gets out like 5 minutes later. And,
yeah.
Well, that was a waste of 5 minutes. Honest, how I see it is, Nish, you don't love me, Suki, huh? Well, I'm going to show you that you love me. And he goes off and finds fucking Suki's great ex-husband before him. He finds fucking, like, Christopher Columbus, like, sitting out in the Sahara Desert. Like, unless that's how they write him off for 3 months. I just can't see him being arrested and then leaving. I can see him becoming more and more of a dick. Basically, like, so, like, you start in July going, you started that theory in July that, yeah, it's a fucking man, isn't it? Big cock I have a dead edge cock. I will show you, Hogan. I don't know why he's the ING. But yeah, like he hints that he's a man, it's a man. And then near September, it's revealed that it's Eve. And then you have him terrorizing basically the 6 women from September to December. Yeah. In some form. Going up to Sharon going, you're fat. Fuck you, dog.
It's not even that fat anymore.
I know, but like just that.
Yeah, just antagonizing everyone.
he's just that internet troll like the Cardi B. It's like killed, lol. Or not
But yeah,
daughter,
I suppose.
yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
We probably will do a conspiracy theory bonus video, like giving our theories. It was an alright week though. I do love George Knight. George Knight is one of my favorites because he basically has a flat cap. And, like whenever he enters the room, he does he just has the flat cap on and he just takes it off and pops it on his knee.
It's like a politeness thing. It's great.
No, it's just funnier to me because he looks like an Irish farmer. Like he's just about to go and feed the cattle.
Yeah. What did I think of the week? I think it was a pretty good week. I enjoyed it a lot. I do love the new characters though, so that's probably helping it dramatically. I did get really fucking sick of Linda trying to poke holes in George's story. That is a bit grating, but you can understand why she's doing it. She just like reconnect with her mum after all this time. She just wants to be able to like have her dream pub with her mum, you know. But you know, slowly they're getting used to each other. I don't think George is dodgy. I'll be honest. I don't think that he's doing like much dodgy shit. I do genuinely believe that he was in love with Rose and then she just disappeared. So that's obviously left a lot of demons there. I enjoyed the Reese and the Sharon stuff. I mean, not Sharon, Reese and Keanu stuff. It was top EastEnders comedy. One thing they do need to do though, they definitely need to do a bit more into the Lola's death. It has been pretty overshadowed since it happened, so I do believe they need to do a bit more there. But like I said, I enjoy the new characters, so I'm having a great time. I think we're heading to a pretty exciting year of EastEnders. I've been saying this for the last couple months, as it has just gotten pretty fucking good. So yeah, that's about as much as I say about this week. So now let's send it all the way to the awards segment. So, the awards show. We kind of do it every week and then sometimes just decide to not do it. But this week was pretty jovial, pretty funny, not really too sad at all. So, Piggy, who is the underrated character of the week?
It's gonna be no, it's George now. George, he's pretty underrated. I just love him because there's not many characters on the show where you want to hug them and just rub their head.
I suppose.
I know there's nothing to rub there with George. It's just gonna be like spitting in your hand, like and shining his bald head.
Oh Jesus!
But like, just giving him an old shine, you know. Car wash.
The one thing that does make me slightly nervous is because he's like being introduced so like heavily with like, you know, he's made to a Phil, he's talked with pretty much everyone. He's been introduced so quickly, does make me kind of worry that he's going to end up dead at Christmas. Mostly because everybody also says like he's a pretty prolific actor, you know. So he's a fairly tenured actor. He's done a lot of big stuff and he's a really good actor for the show. So it's always worrying when you get these big actors that they either stay there for 6 months or they're there for 10 years, you know, like it's no in between. And that kind of makes me worried that he'll just leave at Christmas or something. And it'll be sad because George is a fucking cool character. So we'll have to see. I suppose my underrated character, it's you know what? I'm just going to give it to Anna. Do I give it to Anna or Gina? Go on.
I'm gonna give it to Ollie because poor Ollie.
Yeah, but the second they started saying, I bet I can guess your favourite book, he was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, but like, could you imagine? Because he obviously doesn't know them. Could you imagine two strangers coming to pick you up from school and then just bring you to a chippy? Like.
I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty terrified, but, you know.
Wouldn't you be a bit worried that they're going to give you a quick rub and tug, like?
He's at least somewhat used to him.
Yeah, but still, poor Ollie. He's my second underrated character, followed by Tyson.
You know, I'm gonna give it to Gina. She got more emotional stuff to do this week. She obviously like had a talk with George, and obviously Gina's still like wishes he would talk about their mum, you know, and she is the like frosty one, but she's still shown like enough like personality so far. I obviously just love Anna because she's the dumb one, but like not dumb in like a way that makes you fucking like just baffled, but like dumb in the way that it's kind of really wholesome and endearing. Tyson's not. He's not dirty. I washed him. So on, smell him. It's just for fuck's sake.
Yeah, can you get a picture of that on the screen of the old sniff?
Maybe. Alright, was it this week? Or was that last week?
The sniff was this week where he sniffed.
Alright.
Bobby sniffed him.
Can be done. Alright, so we done underrated. Mine goes to Gina this week. Yours goes to George and Ollie. The most Steve Blackman Awards, and for anybody who doesn't know what the Steve Blackman Award is, Steve Blackman Award goes to the most wooden character of the week. Who's your Steve Blackman Award, Piggy?
The Archer's door, because Reese couldn't get in.
That's a metal door, you little bit.
Yeah, but it's still a bit wood. It's still a bit stiff, isn't it?
It's stiff, but it ain't wood.
Fine. Fine. You win. What will I give it to? Fine, I'll give it to the table that had all the food on it.
Mate, this award's fucking cheeks. I'll give this award to Sharon's dirty talk. Sorry, what was it? I'll get out my geometry set and I'll show you my acute angle. Fucking hell, lads, that's shocking. That's some of the most. You know, I think I'm slowly realizing that naturally I'm a bit of a prude, but I'm also asexual, so it kind of like goes hand in hand. That dirty talk is fucking revolting. Like that's awful. That will like reverse an erection. That just goes, ooh, no.
Basically, this award, like, it's not only for actors who are wooden, it's for anything that's wooden. You can basically anything that we think is wooden, this award will go to. Yeah.
And if anybody's actually regularly watched the podcast, they'll understand that it's usually just something wooden. If we say the scene you should definitely rewatch, it's obviously the Reese's outburst about Gay Dave and Todgertown. Tremendous stuff. Absolutely great EastEnders comedy. Yeah, that's it for me. I just love it. Tremendous.
The scene of the week for me is follow us on Twitch at Watching Walford, and scene of the week.
Tremendous. And the final award, who needs slapping down?
Linda.
She does. She really does. Do you want to give your reasons so you don't sound like you just hate women?
No.
Yeah, Linda's been a bit of a fucking pest. She's just been continually snooping in George's shit, which makes sense. You can rationalize it, but it doesn't mean it's any less annoying. At the start of the week, I was gonna say that Linda's like ascending to be like a high tier like pub landlady, because she definitely has like the fucking she has that like I'm gonna shit on you and still look cool attitude. Like she does. She's fairly snarky. She has some funny lines. But by the end of the week, I'm just like, just fuck off, Linda. Stop. Get out of his shit. He's clearly not doing this to be malicious. My slapping down. Probably just Nish for his really fucking possessive language and choices, and his reaction to Suki telling him that she doesn't love him anymore. You are mine. All right, fucking bucko. It's not fucking 1960s anymore. You shite bag.
Get that fucking cooker on low and slow cook that chicken.
Exactly. But regardless, we yeah, there's not really much else to say. Watch Love Island on Twitch. 9 p.m. We start at 8:45. We sit there for 15 minutes, agonizingly waiting, and then sitting through all the adverts. Go ahead and watch it. It's big fun. But fundamentally, that's been us from Watching Walford. I've been Ash, and I've been joined by Piggy.
I've been Piggy from what have I been reciting from this week? I have been
Suki's
reciting
hospital bed.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah.
It's comfy.
a whole lot of hair. That hair's probably silky. Oh, it feels amazing.
Don't say I have long hair as well, so like our hair will just get stuck together. Like we'll be fighting. Like, fuck off! It's my hair. No, it's my hair. You're Indian. Yeah, you're Irish. Fuck off.
But regardless, let's see what happens in the next week, and obviously keep watching the content on the Watching Walford channel. It's always nice to have a video blow up and have a whole new influx of followers. So thank you all for being here, and make sure to join us next week on Watching Walford. I don't have we seen any spoilers? Can we tease anything, or is it just fully in the dark?
Hold on here. I can go on to the the Watching Walford account. So if you bear with me for a second, do a little sing song. Do a little sing song.
Sing song. Bye bye, this American pie. Maybe later, someday later. It's just a
hold
small
on, I'm
fry.
trying to find the spoilers.
He left his home, kissed his mommy goodbye, saying soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Do 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 do. Fucking hell, mate! You gotta hurry up, Jesus.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the spoilers. Oh, I need to fart first. Hold on.
Lovely.
I don't have one for. Oh,
all right. There's a teaser. There's a teaser. The actor who plays Rocky has been saying that they filmed multiple versions, in a way to prevent the reveal actually getting out there. Of the death at Christmas. So.
How are they filming it already?
Well, no. I mean, they had to film the flash forward, so they obviously had to film a couple of the scenes in advance for the February episode. So yeah, they are keeping it pretty tight-lipped, and considering nobody else has really been able to develop their argument since about February, we still don't know. And will we know any more next week? No. Should you come back here and watch us anyways? Yes, you should. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I have some news.
Okay.
Nish's arrest on June 14 and 15.
Oh.
And Lily gets some new trainers from Theo.
Oh yeah, the teacher's gonna be a nonce, isn't he?
Now then.